Once again, you're welcome to this session. This is the final part of the three-part practical-oriented course on Perplexity AI for AI. We encourage you to please reflect on what you've done in the past before we begin to go into the practical sessions. This last part is very important. How do you evaluate the responses and the sources that you're getting? When using Perplexity AI for research, it's very, very important that you ensure that the accuracy, the credibility, and the relevance of information provided is checked. And we'll be going through this guide on how to go about evaluating it. You must know that Perplexity AI is still work in progress, as with any other AI platforms. What Perplexity does well is actually to look at variety of sources, but these sources are not created by Perplexity. What Perplexity has done is actually to look for the one it considers to be very authoritative. But you must remember that AI is not infallible. It can sometimes provide outdated, incomplete, and inaccurate information. That's why you need to find out what exactly are these information provided to you. Sometimes also there are complex or highly specialized topics that may not be handled perfectly by the AI. And that's because the AI may lack the nuanced understanding of the topic. So these two issues are issues that you must have at the back of your mind. So how do you do it? What are the steps? Number one, you have to check the source verification. When you are checking the source, check what Perplexity AI is providing for you. Check the sources that is using in referencing the answer provided. Evaluate the credibility of these sources by considering the publisher. And the question to ask about the publisher is the information coming from reputable organizations, academic journals, trusted websites, or recognized experts. Check the date. Is information current, especially in the field of technology, medicine, or law? Because outdated information can be misleading. Imagine a malaria research that was carried out in the year 1949 being referenced when you are looking for current information and you want to apply that straight to what you are doing now. You can be sure that whoever applies that is ready to kill somebody. Again, you have to check who is the author behind this particular source, this article. Who wrote the article? Is this author qualified on the subject matter? You need to know. Number two, before that, I want you to choose a response provided by Perplexity AI and try and verify based on what we have just discussed. Okay? That's your practical task. Number two, check for biases and objectivity. Because whatever is put out there, there are a lot of biases out there as well. AI will provide information that reflects the inherent biases of its training data. So make sure you evaluate the neutrality of the information, particularly in topics prone to bias, such as politics, social issues, or economic policies. Again, non-profit organizations are also known to have biases towards their focus. So when you're reading, make sure you check those sources very well. Cross-referencing information, consult multiple sources to cross-check the information provided by Perplexity AI. Well, it has done it for you, but still go a step further and check for more sources. If the response differs significantly from other credible sources, it could be a sign of bias or error. So I would like you now to select a controversial topic, such as universal basic income, analyze the sources used, check for biases, and then cross-check, even on the cross-referencing of the articles provided, even from academic databases and other credible sources. Number 3, also check for the depth as well as the completeness of the information provided. In terms of the depth, is the response detailed enough for your research needs? Sometimes AI-generated responses might provide a surface-level answer that requires further investigation. So ask this question. Then also identify gaps. Look for missing information or oversimplification in the response. Consider whether Perplexity has fully addressed the complexity of your question before you proceed. Your task is take a detailed research question, for example, the impact of globalization on the indigenous cultures. Evaluate whether Perplexity AI provides a comprehensive response. Identify any gaps in the information provided. I would like you to share this with me on the comments below. Number 4, relevance to research. Check for relevance. Ensure that the response from the AI actually directly answers your question and is relevant to your research context. You remember I mentioned AI do hallucinate. So don't just take it hook, line, and sinker. Try and find out more. Refine your query based on the relevance of the initial responses. If the information seems off topic, adjust your questions to be more specific. So for your task on this, pose a specific academic questions to Perplexity AI. Review the relevance of the response and refine your query until you get a more focused answer. Number 5, ethical considerations. Avoid plagiarism. When using information from Perplexity AI, always ensure that you properly cite the sources to avoid academic misconduct. That's why the sources are listed there for you. Use also with discretion. AI could supplement or not replace thorough academic research. Don't just rely totally on this platform. Make sure that you ensure that the AI provided content is evaluated critically. And for your task, write a paragraph using information from Perplexity AI and ensure that you cite the sources properly. Check the paragraph with a plagiarism detection tool to ensure originality. This is how to use some of these sources. I want you to look at this particular exercise. This task is something I want you to do. Choose a research topic relevant to your studies. Example, effects of social media on mental health. I want you to go right ahead and use Perplexity AI to gather preliminary information. Then verify the data with 3 academic sources. Write a short reflection on the process, including any discrepancies you might have found. This approach will ensure that you become not only efficient in using AI for research, but also as critical thinkers who can assess the reliability and relevance of information AI provides. With this, we will come to the end of this training session. We hope that you have picked 1 or 2 things and hope to see you in the demonstration